money coming up, hair getting long. Here we go. This is cute. Like the video if you think this little hairstyle I'm serving is cute. See how long my locks have gotten? Like, so hang time. Oh, hang time. I remember when they were up here. And then I remember when they were up here, my G. It's beautiful. It's a wonderful journey. I love having locks. And I will talk about it. Hi everyone, hello. Welcome back to my channel. This is Zakiya Davidia. This is MySpace, no MySpace, you feel me? I'm here talking about things that boggle my brain and grind my gears and things that make me happy, sad, all of that stuff. And this episode, I'm glad to be doing this episode. You know, I'm glad I wrote this one down for the people, but I have my little idea book here, right? A little idea book. And today's episode, or the idea that I wrote down, is sanctioned objectification is not empowerment. Let me say that again, bro. Sanctioned objectification is not empowerment. And I mean that for anyone, but I am a woman, so I'm speaking about women specifically. You know, I'm saying that while I stand on American land, American soil, where women have been, I mean, even in other parts of the world, of course, but in today's society, modern 2021, 2022 days, I'm going to make sure I'm careful about saying how I say this, right? A lot of women who either grew up without their father or had negative experiences with their father grow up and are falling into this sort of whole culture, you know, for lack of a better term, that has swept America, is at a point now where being a hoe is more profitable than having a degree. And I'm talking just finances, just finances. Being a hoe is more profitable than having a degree. Being a hoe is lucrative. It's branding, it's marketing, it's all of that. And for a lot of young women today, hoeing and sanctioned objectification has become a side hustle and is now a part of women's movements and the feminist movement. And trust me, I fully support my body, my choice. I fully support sex workers and porn stars, because a lot of these women have really gone through some things. And, you know, when it comes to life, a lot of us can only use the tools that we have access to. In their case, unfortunately and fortunately, their body is their tool. As a woman, you gotta do what you gotta do. You know what I mean? I would just hope that, as opposed to seeing that as a lifestyle, you would see that as a sort of a key to open another door for yourself, and not let that take over you and completely change who you are as a person. I want to talk about sanctioned objectification and what that means when I say that. Let me look up the words separately, right? So that we can put them together and get an accurate understanding of what these things mean. Objectification. So according to Oxford Languages Dictionary, simple Google search, objectification, the action of degrading someone to the status of a mere object. To sanction someone or something, right? We're talking about the verb sanction, which simple Google search is to give official permission or approval for the action, right? So sanctioned objectification to me is A good example of sanctioned objectification is someone who maybe has an OnlyFans. Now, I'm not shading anyone who has OnlyFans. I'm not shitting on anyone. If that's what you have to do, or if that's what you feel empowers you, that's on you, baby. You that's your cross to bear. I can't. I don't have an OnlyFans, and I don't really want one per se, because I have known my dad my whole life, and he will not be pleased. Shout out to my dad. Love you, daddy. Someone who has an OnlyFans, that is a sanctioned objectification. That is you saying to the world and to people who view your OnlyFans, because when you're on OnlyFans, you are portraying and selling sex and sexuality, whether that is in the form of pornography or catering to certain types of fetishes, whether it be like feet, BBW, that's a fetish, you know, all kinds of things, right? You have this OnlyFans profile set up and you open it up to the public and you say you sanction people, the public, to objectify you and see you as an object of infatuation, and you make a living off of that. Strippers, sanctioned objectification. A lot of women in the entertainment industry today, do y'all really want me to call names? Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. Not today. But a lot of women in the entertainment industry, whether that is video vixens, female rappers. Yes, I'm talking about female rappers. Cut the shit. Okay, cut the shit. Okay. A lot of female rappers, female artists portraying, displaying, and capitalizing off of sex and sexuality for the public, really and truly for men, because men run the entertainment industry and sign checks. And you know, if you're not getting that male attention, then your money is low, honey. I mean, ask Rhapsody, baby. Ask No Name, baby. I mean, there's some, okay, real artists out here that I can name. But, you know, if you're not ass and titties out, you know, makeup, hair, wig, weave, lips, you know, enlarging, enhancing, you know, all of that stuff, of a certain mind frame, talking about sex, sexuality, all that kind of stuff, then you ain't high, you ain't popping. And the mainstream media is not going to acknowledge your presence, unfortunately, which is one of the reasons why I decided to stop doing music, and just kind of put a hold on that, or put a halt on that, and stop modeling in some senses. Baby, that's a whole other video for another time. But I'm saying that this kind of sanctioned objectification is not empowerment. When I say that, I am talking about empowerment and female empowerment, woman empowerment for the long term, okay? For the short term, you personally, right? You got your OnlyFans, you know, you got your Instagram, you in your draws and all of this stuff, woody whoop whoop, blah, blah, blah. It's great, it's fantastic. You don't necessarily have a partner, you're not married, so on and so forth. And even if you are, it might be to a certain type of person if you are of a certain age, right? Kerry Washington, for example, hopping on Instagram and being sexy is completely different from Megan Thee Stallion hopping on Instagram and being sexy. That's two different arenas. That's two different arenas. I'm not saying one is better than the other. I'm saying that's two different arenas. So for the short term, for you personally, right? As an artist, as a brand, as a businesswoman, so on and so forth, maybe even a businessman, it's empowering you because it is bringing in money. It's empowering you because it's bringing you a certain level of attention. Usually this attention comes from people who are younger, teenagers, who quite frankly do not understand the ramifications of doing these things long term, and displaying yourself a certain way socially, and how that can unfortunately lock you into a certain position as to where you can't advance into other more professional fields and be taken seriously. I'm not saying you can't get into that space, but you're not going to be taken seriously. Unfortunately, it can open you up to all kinds of abuse, whether that's sexual abuse, harassment, physical abuse, discrimination, all of that kind of stuff, right? But short term, is it empowering you? Is it pushing you forward? Is it, giving you a sort of a platform? Yes, absolutely, sure. You're doing great, and that's fantastic and everything like that. Now, when I say, once again, sanctioned objectification is not empowerment, I'm talking about the long-term effects of it. Long-term, in terms of women who will have to exist and dwell in this space, in this country, and on this earth years and years and years and years down the line, right? We as a people, as we grow and evolve, especially in America, and we open ourselves up to sexuality. America was quite prudish at a point in time, and because of that, the pendulum is swinging the other way, and we're seeing a lot of artists, full force, full throttle displaying their sexuality, which nothing's wrong with that, baby. Nothing's wrong with that. But it is changing the way women are perceived, right? In who? Mainly the younger generation. People that are 30, 35 even and under, right? And now it is cool to be a hoe. There's two sides to being a hoe, right? There's the promiscuous side, and then there is the monetary side where you are selling your, body and time to men or women for money to sustain your life. And so for me, the long-term issue with that is when we have young girls, young women, and even young men who view this kind of movement, so to speak, right? We see these young people, or when these young people see this movement in action, it changes the way that they perceive the world, and it puts them in a position where, people don't want to be lawyers and doctors and all this other stuff anymore. People want to be dancing and stripping and so on and so forth. I don't want to go to college. I want to dance. I don't want to do this. I want to do that, so on and so forth. Nothing's wrong with being a stripper. Thank you. I fully support Cardi B. Belcalis, girl, I love you. Like, please don't even think I will support stripping. Okay? Please. But we have to be careful because, and shout out to Sharp. I feel like I want to send this to Sharp, you feel me, when it launches. Shout out to Sharp. I remember when he was just posted on Soft White Underbelly. Shout out to Mark, fellow Aquarius, gang, and Sharp just, I admire him as a person and as a man because he really lived that life. You feel me? And with this whole social media and the media itself, entertainment, love and hip hop, all of this stuff, we are seeing the glamorous glorification of this sanctioned objectification. We're seeing bitches with whips and houses and bags of money and some rich dude giving them credit cards and all of this stuff, right? And we see all the flashy flash and the woody whoop, but we don't really see the psychological ramifications. Certain kinds of mental illnesses coming out of this, anxiety, body dysmorphia, things of that nature. We don't see that side. We do not see the abuse, women being sexually assaulted, sexually harassed, raped, all of those things, trying to get to the bag, right? We don't see how it affects our youth and our young people to where these young girls are 15 looking 35. Look, remember when Jenner, Kendall, Kylie, yes ma'am, I don't watch those people. Kylie Jenner, Kylie Jenner, remember back in the day? Kylie did not fucking look like this. Kylie did not look like she was trying to be a black woman. Kylie had them thin paperclip lips, and she had no body. Okay, she was okay, straight up and down, looking like Plank from Ed, Ed and Eddie. You know what I mean? And now she looks the way she looks now, right? And kind of going through that as a young person, because she's in the entertainment industry, and now blackness is starting to dominate the industry and pushing whiteness out, which I will make a completely separate video. Glad I said that shit. Blackness versus whiteness. And listen, blackness, right? The essence of things versus whiteness, right? The essence of being black, the look, the flavor, the attitude, the walk, the talk, all of that kind of stuff, as opposed to the literal aspect of being black, which is your physical appearance, which, you know, we're still getting discriminated against for, but fuck y'all mad and you want to be us, right? So, hey, listen. So going through that, you know, having these young girls watch these older girls that they look up to and that are being idolized by way of social media, and well, so-and-so, she has all these followers and that's what I want, so that I'm gonna follow in her footsteps to do that because I'm trying to be like her, right? For me, you know, I didn't have the Megan Thee Stallions and the who else is loving hip hop shorties and all these people to look up to say that is what it means to be a woman and to be successful. I was looking up to, my word, in terms of artistry, I was looking up to like Erykah Badu, of course, Miss Lauryn Hill, even women like Ledisi, Alicia Keys, oh man, Kelly Rowland, Beyonce, women that strived to remain themselves within their artistry and display themselves the way that they chose, and, you know, didn't really feel the need to pump out sexuality at such a rapid pace, right? Now it's a whole different ball game. And so, you know, the young girls, they 15 years old buying wigs and weaves and all this other stuff and woody whoop whoop, and they look old as hell. Y'all look old as hell. Jesus Christ. Y'all look old. Y'all look so goddamn old that y'all come up to me and think I'm younger than you. My God. Now, granted, it makes me feel good that you think I'm younger than you, but shit, you look old, baby. Goddamn. You know, it's a different moral standard, right? You know, 50 got the big old spider lashes and all, oh Jesus, all that shit, right? And long term, that shit only fucks up your face. Wearing all that damn makeup every day is not good for you. Wearing eyelashes constantly, if you don't know how to properly take care of your lashes themselves, is bad for your eyelashes. It can rip out your eyelashes, and that's coming from a makeup artist with no makeup on. Yes, ma'am. But I mean, just even the style of clothing and everything like that. Another example of women that I looked up to growing up, this is one of the benefits of growing up in church, right? Was seeing professional Black people constantly, being around professional Black people who own businesses, Black people who were doctors, lawyers, teachers, just you name it, you know, well-established people, married with children. It was a completely different environment and a different example for me of what success and class and all of that kind of thing is. And I don't mean class in a hierarchical sense. I mean class in a class C, you know what I mean? Like regal, you know, carrying yourself well, that kind of thing. And for young men, you know, young men seeing these kind of women glorified and not realizing that a lot of these women have, you know, their own issues that they have not worked through, issues with the father, issues with the mother, seeking self-love, seeking validation from others. And does this kind of, let me get my little handheld fan. Does this kind of type of woman benefit, quote unquote, men, for lack of a better term, more so than a woman who is independent and strong-willed and independent thinker? Yes, absolutely, because these women are easy to manipulate. They are easy to lead and guide and all of that. But as a man and as a young man, it is not healthy for you to sustain relationships with women who are, you know, seeking self-love and seeking validation from you and don't have that pre-established within themselves. Because when you are in that type of relationship as a man, it brings out that machismo, hyper masculine, alpha male attitude where it's like, well, these bitches need to do what the fuck I say and all this other stuff. And, you know, you lose respect for women when you deal with women who put you on a pedestal. There you go, baby. On that, let me drink some tea on that one. Let me drink some tea on that one. And so am I sitting here saying that, you know, we need to stop and everybody needs to stop and this, that, and the third? No, because I believe in natural selection and I believe that only the strong will survive. And I know that's cruel and cold-hearted, but you know, that's really how I feel. You feel me? Only the strong will survive. This whole phase and the media and the government pushing this shit is just another way of, you know, segregating people, because they can't racially segregate us anymore. So let them start to morally segregate us now and have certain people strive for certain things and other people strive for other things. And then that creates a completely new type of power dynamic between people based off of sex and sexuality, because sex is power. Come on now, sex is power. Let's not do that now. Let's not do that. Whether it's sex, the physical activity, or sex, the phenotype, right? Your body, right? And even then, shout out to my trans girls. You can be whoever you want to be, okay? Who cares about sex as long as you're sexy, right? Right. And so, my trans girls and boys, right? And so, for me, seeing all of this and observing all of this, and as an adult who lives on their own, takes care of themselves, for me to, and especially as a Black woman, to see the kind of Black women that are being pushed and portrayed in the media, and to then turn around and see Black women that I know on a day-to-day basis who aren't like that and aren't pursuing that type of mindset and lifestyle and are still successful, but are not being spoken about because that's inconvenient for men, quite frankly. You know, it's a little bit disheartening. And as a Black woman who loves art and works on her artistry, whether people see it or not, and strives to display her artistry, being out here in California and dipping my toe into acting and modeling and all of that stuff, and realizing that type of Black women that these companies, these major brands and companies are looking for, and realizing that I do not necessarily fit the bill, you know, just coming to terms with that and having a different sort of peace about that. Because, you know, shout out to my dad. Now as an adult woman, I realized how important and influential that relationship was for me. When I take up or apply to certain things, or thinking about social media and how I present myself, and I don't have a lot of followers on social media. I'm not very interactive on social media on purpose. It's very much so on purpose, because I don't think that I don't know how to acquire that type of fame and recognition. I do. I just don't want to fucking do that. You feel me? I just don't want to do that. And I'm not going to do that. And, you know, I think about my dad and the kind of woman that he wants me to be. and the kind of woman that he raised me to be. I think about the children that I don't have. I'm not a perfect person, but if I can clean up where I'll clean up where I can clean up. You know what I mean? I have these conversations, or have this conversation, right, with educated Black men, which is important for me to say, educated Black men, maybe even cultured Black men, right? They ask me like, well, as a Black woman, for you to, in a sense, see yourself portrayed this way in a vulgar, aggressive, materialistic, selfish, just superficial, like to see myself portrayed this way. And I'm sure that my Latina, Chicano, Hispanic, women and sisters who understand where I'm coming from can agree with me on this. To see ourselves portrayed this way, it's disheartening. You know what I mean? It's really, really, really disheartening. And I wish I could just give you bitches a hug. You know what I mean? Like, for real. Like, I wish I could really give you bitches a hug. And going back to my point about Sharp, right? Shout out to Sharp. You feel me? I love you, Sharp. The point, Sharp, he now has moved on to No Jumper, and he has the podcast going. Hopefully he gets his own private Sharp podcast situation going on. Hopefully I get to sit down with him one day. You know what I'm saying? Different kind of people. I like a different kind of crowd. You know what I mean? The thing about Sharp is, because he was in the game for so long, he's seen so much and experienced so much. And so now for him, which I like that they do this on No Jumper, they have these conversations with modern day hoes, right? Modern day whores who, sell their body for money, sell their pussy for money, fellatio and all this stuff and blah, 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 and basketball players, babies, and getting checks and all this shit, blah, blah, whatever, right? And these women then go on their social media accounts and they talk about this lifestyle, right? They talk about this lifestyle that they've achieved and acquired through, pumping and the so on and the so forth. Sharp says to these women, like, what you're doing is you half-stepping, you feel me? And you are glorifying this lifestyle that you're living because you have hair, weave, eyelashes, nails, and cars that really don't even belong to you. Because to me, as a woman, if I didn't earn my own money and pay for that shit out of my pocket, it ain't mine. And that's me personally. Like, y'all don't gotta, you know what I'm saying? That's just me. Okay? Yes, I accept gifts and so on and so forth, but like, is that lifestyle really mine if I didn't fund it? You know what I'm saying? Like, what am I gonna tell my kids? You know what I mean? Like, come on now, bro. What am I gonna tell my cousins? You feel me? What am I gonna tell the girls that I went to high school with that still watch and observe me? You know what I mean? What am I gonna say to them? What am I gonna tell them? And so these modern day hoes, they get on social media and they glorify this lifestyle and blah, blah, blah. But at the end of the day, they're doing all of this pumping for miscellaneous, minuscule things, and not necessarily to achieve or acquire things that will continue to make them money without the need for men on a long-term basis, right? So they do all this pumping for physical things, but not for things like investment accounts, not for things like stocks, not for things like businesses to profit off of, not for things like, you get what I'm saying? And so on and so forth. What people don't realize is the point of hoeing is to have that be something that you temporarily need until you have built yourself up to get out of that. not to keep that shit as a fucking, if we really gonna sit here and talk about hoeing, right? Not to keep that shit as a side hustle that you can dip into whenever you feeling like, you know, oh, there's a trick, I need an extra 200. What you doing tricking for $200 anyway? Baby, you want $200? You selling pussy for $200? Jesus have mercy. And then these hoes are so backwards and they say things and then say the opposite 10 seconds later. It's just real sad. I see why Sharp. I see why you be yelling at these hoes, bro. You be yelling at these girls. I be like, you know what? I ain't even mad at you. And I'm a woman. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not even mad at you. Right? But when you display these things to these young girls, they think that that's okay. And it's not. It is not okay for these teenage girls to think that pum pum pumping is okay to get them hair and nails and eyelashes. It's not okay. Y'all gotta chill. And my question is, for the people that don't agree with my statement, how is this empowering? With everything that I've said, all the points that I've just made, how is this empowering? How is this uplifting you? How is this, you know, making you a better person, a better civilian, a better citizen, a better human being? How is chasing down celebrity men and athletes for you know, a hot 20 minutes just so that you can fish his condom out the bathroom trash and try to self-inseminate? How is that to have a baby so that you can collect a check that you're not even gonna properly fucking tend to because you don't know shit about building, because you don't want to build, bro. You don't want to build. You want to post up and get paid. What the fuck is that? I mean, help me understand, because maybe, I mean, you know what I'm saying? I'm open to being incorrect, right? But help me understand. Because just as quick as you get that money, you're going to spend it. So it's not even like you're trying to do this so that you can save up enough money to, you know, buy some property and invest, or, you know, put it into stocks or even cryptocurrency or anything like that. You're just getting this money so that you have enough to pay for your BBL, okay? To pay for your BBL and get your nails done every 2 weeks. Like, I'm confused, bro. I'm confused. Y'all advocating this whole shit and this hoery and hoetry, but you're not really doing shit. You're not really doing anything. You're sanctioned objectification. You are degrading yourself and allowing people to degrade you and mistreat you for $1,000 at a time. And even if you, I make more money than that. So stupid. So the fuck what? You make more money than that. You're missing the point, baby. You're missing the point. Please don't miss my point. Please don't miss my point. Please don't. Trying to act like because you making 10 bands off of your little pum pum pumping business, that shit makes it okay. And my thing is, beauty is fleeting. And you can pump all of this stuff into your face and body and all this other, and switch this around and put a pancake here and put a motherfucking pillow there and whatever the fuck you bitches be doing, right? Shifting your fat around your body, whatever the fuck, right? You can do all of that, but bitch, that don't mean you're not gonna one day get old and saggy. You feel me? Like, one day you're gonna get old. And one day you're gonna get too old to be pum pum pumping. You're gonna get too old to be out here selling pussy. Same thing for men. You're gonna get too old to be out here trying to bag bitches and treat women like hoes and cheat on your girlfriend and fuck and blow money on temporary ass women and all this stuff. You are going to get to a point where you are going to be too old for that. And then what's gonna happen? What are you gonna have? You're not gonna have shit. You're not gonna have shit. It's like people who win the fucking lottery, bro. They win the lottery and then in 5 years, all that money is gone because you're so excited and then so comfortable because, well, I get this and this and this and this and blah, 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 right? And because you are not, and this is another video that I'm going to make, the value of the dollar, because you are not making that money yourself, you have no real idea of how to place value on it. To say, man, this is $10,000. That's money that I sneeze on. Honey, you know what $10,000 can do for you? If you play your cards right, y'all don't want to know this shit, bro. Y'all want to post up and think you cute with them big ass fucking spider legs on your face. You want to be fucking cute, bitch. You want to be fucking cute. Y'all silly, bruh. Chill. Y'all are silly. What? Man, listen. Listen. And people wanna, well, you know, Zakiya, you can do this and you can be bitches all the time. I can see you being Instagram famous and all this other stuff and blah, 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 blah. Listen. And I'll make a video about that too. The scam that is going on this social media shit that you bitches don't even know you're getting scammed by these major companies. You don't even know you're getting scammed by these major brands with all of this influencer content creator shit. You don't even know. You ain't even living the life you really supposed to live off this shit, bruh. You don't even know that because you're so pumped. You're so excited. You're so pumped and you're so excited. It's all good, man. It's all good. I'll burst your bubble later. Okay? Oh, Zakiya, I can see you doing this. I can see you doing that. No. Let me tell you something. The lifestyle that I have right now, the lifestyle that I live, is perfect for me right now. Living on my own, trying to book gigs and drive Uber and all this other stuff. Money means something so different to me. It's really such a blessing because I am not a person who is financially supported by people in terms of family. So I don't get money from my family and all this other stuff. And no, none of that. When I pay my bills, right? Or I pay my rent, you feel me? And I go into my bank account to check it and I only got $10 in that bitch, bruh. Bro. My mind doesn't even go to all the sad shit and, oh, I only have this much, blah, 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 blah. My mind goes to, okay, I got $10, right? In my checking account, right? I don't even want to talk about the savings account, right? I got $10 in my fucking checking account. Let me check my cupboards to see what I have to eat. Let me check my fridge to see what I have to eat. Oh shit, I don't got nothing. All right. Well, what can I do in the meantime? Well, I could take $5, $6, $7, $8, put it in my gas tank so that I can drive Uber on that and make some bread and rebuild my finances. And then take that extra $2, stop at McDonald's, get a little sandwich, you know what I'm saying? Munch on that for the night. Is that shit good for me? No, but I'm hungry now. Maybe stop at 7-Eleven, get a little something, you know what I mean? That means something different to me now. That $10, I treat that shit just the same, bro. I value that $10 just the same, and I'm not ashamed of it. I'm not saddened by it. I'm not hurt by it. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna make some shit shake with this 10. And guess what I do? I make shit shake with that 10. Gotta have gas in the car to get to work now. And I just keep on pressing forward. Keep on pressing on. It means something different to me. Things have a different kind of value to me than if I was out here hoeing and pumping for dollars, bro. Even if I was stripping for dollars, OnlyFans-ing for dollars. It means something different to me. If and when I reach the point where I'm making large sums of money, I know how to treat that money. And I'm not just gonna go blow it on hair, nails, and eyelashes, because clearly I have more than enough hair. I have more than enough hair. It grows right out of my scalp for free. Thank you, Jesus. Eyelashes, honey, I have those too. Let me go ahead and stop at Walgreens and get some Maybelline, some Great Lash. Sephora mascara, that's also a really good mascara. Nails, that's cool. You know, I can stop at Dollar Tree and buy some nail polish for $1 and paint my shits. You feel what I'm saying? It's gonna mean, I'm not saying that that's right, but that's, you understand what I'm saying? That's what it's gonna mean to me. Y'all don't understand what these things mean. And they hold little to no meaning to you. Just like these men hold little to no meaning to y'all. Maybe it's the fact that I grew up with a dad, but I love men. I do. Even if I don't fucking like they ass sometimes. I love men. And I feel like men, for me personally in my life, just add a different layer that at times is so necessary. And, you know, it's a beautiful relationship to have. Whether that man is straight, you know, queer, whatever. Men just bring a different kind of value and perspective to things that I have to respect. I gotta fucking respect it. When, you know what I'm saying, I'm, you know, struggling to carry something and a man comes in and says, hey, love, you need help with that? A woman ain't gonna fucking do that shit. Okay? But a man is, and I love and respect it. Thank you, Mr. Muscles. Thank you. I love you. Thank you. Gay, straight, whatever. Thank you. This whole playing men and all this other stuff, I can't even imagine it. I can't even imagine it, and I don't do it. Even when men do that to me, even when men play me and try to treat me like a hoe, and you was blah, 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 bruh, I just know that something's wrong with that motherfucker. Something's wrong with him. And like, I can't do shit about that. And it's not my responsibility. Everybody has their own healing journey. And it's not my responsibility to heal you. I can't do that. I'm not Jesus. And I'm not going to pretend like I am. Thank you. You have to want to heal. My arm up hella high. My arm up hella high. You have to want to heal, baby. For real. Like if you agree, share this video with folks that you feel need to hear it and see it. I love y'all so much. Thank you so much for being here. Trying to grow this thing. You feel me? Watering it weekly with these, I don't even know what to call these. These little episodes that I have coming for y'all. Y'all neck. Coming for y'all neck. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it. Comment and tell me how you feel about empowerment, what you feel is empowerment, women's empowerment, men's empowerment, all that kind of stuff. Do men really need to be empowered? I'm not saying that they don't. I'm asking a question. Yeah, that's what I have for this one. All right, y'all. I will see you next time. Just like that, I got in the intro, baby. Like, share, subscribe. Follow me on Instagram if you like. I haven't felt pushed in or inspired or driven to go towards Instagram, so I don't really know. But you know, if you want to see the stuff I've done and all that, you can go check it out. And yeah, bye bye.